Yo, hey guys, what's up? GM doing messy hair day. What's up? We're back. We're back again with another game spotlight with the YGG community. It's John Sedano here together with the whole crew. We have FallenCorpsez, NoACLs, and of course AC. How you doing, guys?
Good, man. GM,
Doing
GM,
good,
everyone.
GM.
GM everyone who's on Discord, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Make sure to share the stream and tell your friends about what's happening tonight. And yeah, we are going to be diving into another, very well loved and anticipated game by the YGG community. They just released their second private beta for Overworld. It's no other than Illuvium. So before we get started, let's give the guys at home a 101 on what the game looks like. Roll video. Let's go.
We've come a long, long way together through the hard times and the good. I have to celebrate you, baby. I have to praise you like I should. I have to praise you. 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 We've come a long, long way together through the hard times and the good.
Man, yeah.
That was
Triple
sick.
A stuff. Yeah. Like it's just killing it. Illuvium is definitely, whether it's their trailers, gameplay, or anything, it's just nuts, right? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Sedano Space says it all there. and
I
and
thought
that's
Sedano
just
froze for a second.
I know, I was like, geez. And that's obviously showcasing their overworld, which is their main game there. Illuvium does have two other ones, Arena and Zero. So Zero is more of like a base building one, and Arena is an auto battler. But overall, Overworld is their bread and butter there, which is kind of like an open world version of Pokemon in a sense, right? You're going to be going, you're going to be trying to capture these Illuviums, and then you'll be battling other people throughout the world there. So looks amazing. Maybe AC, you can jump into your thoughts there as somebody that actually has played the game, and then put some time into it and tried the Overworld beta.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
The game is quite amazing, and we're gonna showcase it later on in the stream. We can discuss first what we have for our schedule this week. So we have a community week full of community discussion week throughout the day. So on Mondays we have community AMA with your host Fallen, and then on Tuesday with the girls LFG Amazing Group 9 p.m. SGT, and on Wednesday 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and 3 to 4 p.m. SGT. We're gonna do a stream gameplay in the Discord, and hopefully we can give you some codes to try the game, but we're gonna try to get it. And Thursday, the same time, 10 to 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. SGT, and Fridays, Game Hunter with Mazing and the guys. So that will be on 10 p.m. SGT. So that's our activity for the weekend. Yeah, definitely the game is so good, right? No ACL.
yeah, definitely. We've been fortunate here in Yield Guild to be able to test this game since the early stages, like Fallen mentioned. From the arena stage. Now we're in the second phase of Overworld's private beta, and it's been super fun. Honestly, I've enjoyed the game so far. I definitely like the overall vibe, and the environments are so in detail, and they just really pull you in. Like, they're colorful. We've had the release of the two new regions, right? You got the Abyssal Basin and the Brightland Steppes. There's the Abyss there, as you can see. It's a more darker environment, but yeah, I've been loving all the new introductions into the game. There's new Illuvials as well. I think there was like a monkey fighter and a Komodo dragon. There's a few different ones. I think a penguin was introduced into this installment as well. So it's definitely been evolving, and I've been enjoying the game, to be honest. I'm looking forward to dive into it with you guys.
Agree. So here, the game is already available, and the graphics is so high quality. If you can see, I am running on RTX 350, and it's quite good. I'm running in Epic or mid settings. So if you see the details, quite good.
Yeah, one thing to note there for the community is it's going to push your PC over the limit there. So it's high quality, AAA, right? Look at the lighting there. Look at the quality, right? If AC's on a 3050 and he's only pushing 30 FPS or so,
Yeah.
you can imagine if you don't have a higher end PC that you're going to be struggling, and ain't no mobile for this game. So sorry for the community there that does not have the ability to play on it. Might be time to upgrade that PC.
It's gonna
So
get
yeah,
hot, but it does well on lower settings too. Like, I'm running it on a laptop, and it still handles quite well. So it's fairly accessible, but
Yep.
it's definitely power intensive for sure.
Yep.
and
Maybe something to note here is that, I mean, most of these games, right? Like, these are like fresh out of the oven from the devs. So, being able to have the community play it at these very early stages, so it definitely will be eating a lot of processing power for you guys. But I mean, along the road, I mean, down the road, right? they definitely will be optimizing the game for more players to be able to play it. If I'm not mistaken, so maybe we could pull up the roadmap real quick. Senpu, if you're available, because I think let me correct you there real quick, Fallen. I'm not sure. I mean, I might be wrong, but based on the roadmap, they are teasing a mobile release in the very near future. So I don't know if this has changed, but it's really actually good news, right? For all the players out there, especially those who are mobile only. It might not be the exact game modes that you can play on PC, but having some sort of feature where maybe it's whether it be like asset or alluvial management, or I don't know, like a mini game perhaps, like what My Pet Hooligan is doing. So yeah, I mean, maybe you could dive into the roadmap later on, but ideally, everyone at home, it's always a good idea to upgrade your PC, especially with all of these next generation games coming out. But if not, don't you worry. Sooner than later, Illuvium will be reaching your mobile devices.
Yeah, you can see mobile release right there at the very bottom of technology.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like it's anytime soon, right?
No, exactly. Like they're gonna get the game out the gate, and who knows, right? A lot of games say mobile release, and it could be a stripped down version of the game. It could be just a companion app. Fingers crossed for a lot of people that it's not the case, but you never know, and it's quite far off. So if you want to be getting in on Illuvium early,
for sure,
you're gonna have to have a PC.
For sure. 100%.
Yeah, just to touch on that, Sedano, you were right though. For the mobile release, they've launched the. There's another mode that's currently out right now. I believe it's Illuvium Zero, and that will be the game mode that eventually will be available on mobile. It's like the base builder companion to this whole ecosystem. So similar to Clash of Clans, you can manage your resources and track various elements of your journey that way too. So for sure.
Yep. I mean, I think this is kind of becoming a trend amongst like the newer games, right? Because like for the past few years, mobile has been the number one platform of most games that have been coming out, and definitely there are still the hardcore PC players, especially also those loyal to consoles. But I mean, in the future, right? Like, what do these games really look like? Like, I mean, I'd want to be able to check on my character, even if I'm, in the airport, or I'm on a train, or I'm hanging out with my friends or whatnot. But yeah, ideally, right? The perfect game would be accessible at any time, at any device, at any place. Like, the question maybe here is, what will the developers be building out first, right? Will be a full game, let's say like Apex Legends, which is like basically a stripped down version of the same game with the same features, same gameplay, like PUBG, like the Call of Duty, all of those guys, what they're doing, right? Like you can still play the same game on the mobile phone, but the graphics aren't that good. Like there are features that are taken out. Like the mobility is definitely different from what you can do using a mouse and a keyboard or a controller. But yeah, I mean, the possibilities are endless, right? Like, especially now that all of these games are in the building phase during this time in the market. So it's more of like, who comes out with what first, and what will the players actually love. So, I mean, going back to AC's screen here, like, I think he's, shooting down some enemies, or what's happening here, AC?
Yeah, I'm trying to catch the Illuvial, where we can do the battle and catch some Illuvitars. So let's see. Let's try to catch one. So here, you can search for different resources. So for example, these are shards that you need in game to get the Illuviums, and also to get your armors. So you can extract this one, and your mini robot will do the thing.
Nice. So the mini, what do you call the mini robots again?
It's a drone.
Yeah, forgot the specific name, but yeah, it's drone.
I mean, having companions
for a while,
some
so-
games, what they do is that they also turn the companions into like either unique characters, or customizable customizable skins. You could add on features to it. You could build it out. Yeah, pretty exciting,
Yeah, you
interesting.
can. Yep. Mm. You can add up skins on your characters. Probably the bots are changeable as well with skins and
Nice.
your weapon helmets and different packs. So here, we're able to see some and let it shoot. So you need to shoot it at the center, and you need to charge your weapon. It's quite hard. Ah, there.
Let's go
Gotcha.
into the portal.
Let's see. Hopefully, it will only have one. Ah, there. Nice. So we can defeat it because mostly sometimes I get three or more enemies on that field. So luckily we get one. So here, you can summon your Illuviums or your bots or summoning the hollow characters. So there. And let's engage.
I love the
Nice.
environments. This is the arena.
And this
If
is
you
the
notice that purple energy field that's all around like the arena, when you were like deploying your Illuvials, you have an energy bar. So the more like Illuvials you play on the field, the more energy it costs, and that like force field comes in and closes in on the arena. So it's like a time fracture, like a little portal you're in there in order to try and capture these creatures. It's pretty
Nice.
cool.
Alright, so we're gonna use the shard to get it. So let's see. Hopefully we can get it.
Fingers crossed. Let's go.
So
I think you got it, AC.
oh nice. We
Yes.
got it.
Nice one.
Lesser air Doka. So I think this the new characters, right? One of the new character.
That might be the penguin I mentioned.
The penguin. Yeah, yeah. That's the one.
Nice one, nice one.
It's a
Like that-
badass one. It's
like
like
that-
a fighter.
That moment that we were waiting for the droid to capture the Illuvial, it reminds me of like the early days
The
playing
Pokeball shape.
Pokemon and spamming A and B while waiting for the
Good
Pokeball to
anticipation.
to capture.
Oh yeah, mashing A and B,
Mashing
hoping,
the button.
even though
Oh,
they've
man.
said that it does nothing.
Yeah.
Everyone had their own ritual, holding buttons down.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It definitely brings back a lot of memories here. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff, right? So so the Illuvials are NFTs as well. So what happens to those Illuvials that you catch in the open world? Do they get minted as NFTs? How does that work?
It's a good question. I know
Yeah,
you collect them, right?
Maybe AC
You would be able
knows
to.
knows more. I think right now there isn't a case, but maybe in the future they'll do something similar to a few other games that I've seen, where you either have to get your Illuvium to a certain level, or you have to capture X amount and then like fuse them into one to create an NFT. I'm not quite sure right now where they're going with that route, because I know they do have the Illuvios like as NFTs. Like you can have you can purchase them in their market right now, but I'm not quite sure how they've integrated that into the game. I'll be diving into that as well this week and kind of getting a better idea of how that's going. Hopefully I can get an access code to play Overworld too. AC kind of beat me to the punch there.
Yeah, so currently I haven't got any information of how will be the once you got the Illuvium and how can you transfer it to NFT. There's no information yet, but definitely there are already available Illuvium NFT in the market. So probably you just need the tokens or any other materials to compose the NFT and then transfer it on chain. So
Might be
probably
a
that.
really good question to ask the devs there when we have them next week or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Nice.
So their environment is very, very outstanding.
Agree. Yeah, the new environments in this like second stage of the beta, they're definitely very detailed. It's an interesting world. Like it reminds me of like it's got the sci-fi element, right? Like that space exploration with like the futuristic tech and all that good
Yeah.
stuff. So it kind of reminds me a little bit of Halo, Destiny. It's got different elements. Like
Yeah.
the worlds are just yeah, they're captivating, man. I'm liking what they're doing so far.
Nice. I mean, so I have a question for you guys here. So right now with what Illuvium has, right? So what game resembles, or what game has, like similar features as Illuvium, or what I mean, what other games in the same genre would you say are like Illuvium? I mean, I'll start it off. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
Paul.
yeah. Oh well, I was gonna say off the top of my head, I don't know too many Web3 games that are even in its league right now in terms of quality or
Yeah.
like same mechanics. Like we've seen a few games try it, like Pixelmon, I think is trying there. It has revived itself,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
pick someone, yeah.
nowhere near the quality of Illuvium. So honestly, I can't think of anything close enough to it.
Yeah, especially like this arena feature, right? Where you just basically you place your hero, you place your Illuvials, and yeah, they just go and you go at it like free for all style, basically. Like one game that I remember is it's the Aurori project on Solana. So
Oh
they also
yeah.
have the open world feature, and though I mean their game is a lot more like Axie, where Axie plus it's turn based plus a bit of chess, but unlike here, it's a free for it's more of a free for all. Yeah, I mean, how about you ACLs? I mean, maybe even Web 2 games. Does it remind you of anything?
Yeah, for sure. When we're
You
looking at
mentioned Destiny,
Web3
right?
right now, yeah, like there's different elements. Like honestly, Illuvium is like a multi-layered experience here, right? You have different gaming elements all fused into one. Like right now, Web3 games, there's not many that we can compare to Illuvium, but I can take a few Web2 games. Like when we go to the arena, it immediately like gives me flashbacks to Pokemon Stadium. It really does like immerse you. And then when you go to the open worlds, like you have different elements there as well. Like we're exploring these like realms. We're trying to capture Illuvials, but at the same time, there's a restriction. You have that, that boundary coming in on you, the storm closing in. So that gives you like, the battle royale, Fortnite element there. Like there are so many inspirations in this game that are just all like put together, and it's looking really fun so far. It's going to be an in-depth MMORPG when it like fully hits the table.
For sure. We have a really good, interesting question here from Munchies on Discord. So he's asking, I think this one's for you, AC or Fallen. So how do players progress and level up in Illuvium? And can you customize your character or creatures or your Illuvials?
Hmm. Good question from Munch. So you can progress by grinding or doing the exploration, mining and harvesting the shards and different materials to forge your equipments, like the one I showed earlier. Here you can forge your different weapons pack, and also I think you can forge your illuvium illuviums as well. That so yeah, definitely that's the way you progress within the
Nice.
game. So you can transfer to the main city or the main map where you can do the forging. So we'll show it to them.
Nice.
Let's go.
I mean, maybe another thing that we could look at here is the game IP itself. like Illuvium, it's I think like the concept is very unique, the name is very unique, the characters are unique as well. Um, what do you think would be the good what would be the good next steps for Illuvium to make sure that that they maintain a really good reputation for their IP? Like what can be done right with a game like this?
That's a
So
good question.
yeah, good question. So mostly for me, I think if you're going a game with a vast map, vast region, so make sure you have a lot of interaction in the map with the characters, with the enemy, and different events, if
Yeah.
it's possible. Yeah, so it will be an engaging and no dull moments in the game.
Hmm. Good points. Good points. I mean, what I would add there is, yeah. I mean, they should definitely push out a lot more lore, especially that like there's this huge futuristic like setting that individual players will be going into, like having something to hold on to, a storyline or something to watch out for like in the next seasons or not, like will definitely connect the players more with the game. And we've seen these with games like Final Fantasy. I mean, who really knew Final Fantasy would blow up during the first version, right? But having these different characters, these different storylines, there's a lot of there's a lot of deeper connection that happens with the players in itself. So it gives you really something to go back to. What do you think, ACLs?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you both are right. Illuvium's doing a lot of things right. Definitely when the game launches, like, we want to see exactly what AC mentioned, like a lot of activity within this open world. Like, I can see it primed and ready for live events, like, of course, like those NPC challenges all throughout the world as well. But really and truly, it does look really well done so far. And like you mentioned, the lore, like there is a bit of lore as well. Like the ranger ends up crash landing on this planet essentially, right? And in her quest to survive, or your quest to survive as the player, you got to harvest resources, plants, and discover the realms that you've landed in, and try to, basically what happened, there was some cataclysmic event on the planet, right? And it is the way it is, so you crash land there and you're on your journey. So I'm looking forward to more of the storyline as well, to really connect with this game more. Like, they've already got your attention. I'm glued with the graphics, the animations, like the mobility functions, being able to glide, being able to slide, the jumping, the technology. There's so many elements that I like. So I can't wait to see what comes next, to be honest.
I agree with Noise. And yeah, here is some of the equipments, the skins, the Illuvials, the armory equipments that you can craft and forge. So their arsenal is quite outstanding and large, and the details are so good. So you will see the different skins and different um features of this of the
Yeah,
different
love the
items. Oh, here,
customization
yeah,
elements.
the bot skins are there.
Nice. So you'll be recognizable. Like, imagine we're at the online stage, we're in the open world. You're customizing your ranger and your drone, right? You can be
Mm,
recognized out there throughout your journey in
agree.
the realms of
Yeah.
Illuvium.
And if you have
Your
YGG,
YGG
probably
drone.
yeah,
So
YGG drone and
uh,
banners
just
skins.
real
Love
quick,
it.
guys, we have a really good question actually from Twitch. So PSIH or Psy or C, sorry if I butchered your name. He's asking. So he's a streamer on Twitch, and he's kind of upset that he wasn't able to get his beta access. And he wanted to share the game to his Russian-speaking community, right? So how can we get access to the game right now? Would you guys know?
Yeah, for sure. I can weigh in here if you like. Currently, there is the access sign up, so you can go ahead and register that way at illuvium.io. Also, if you are a streamer, content creator, like recently I was fortunate enough to collaborate with them. I gave away some codes and and got access as well. You can reach out to some of the team on socials. You can reach out to them directly in Discord as well. They're very collaborative. Shoot your shot, and yeah, hopefully you get in there soon enough. Keep your eye out for giveaways as well. There's still plenty of opportunities to get into the beta here.
Mhm. And yeah, another thing, we're gonna try to give away some codes in the coming week. So be sure to hop into our Discord and to our different schedules posted in our Discord. Just make sure to check it out and watch out for the giveaways. You might give an extra code there.
Yeah, so Sai, make sure that we are going to be posting the schedule for the whole week. We're going to be having a couple of community streams, and yeah, make sure to join us on the YGG Discord. That's discord.gg/YGG. Yes, exactly. And if we see you there, we're gonna make sure that you get your chance to get those passes. And yeah, I mean, looking forward to seeing everyone else there as well. For everyone else at home, for you guys on Discord, make sure to drop your questions for the team here. We are just getting started, so we won't be diving that deep into the game just yet. But throughout the week, we're gonna make sure that all of your questions and all the other features and all the other exciting news will be tackled. And also, we are going to be having an AMA with the team over at Illuvium next Friday. So this Friday, we are going to be having our Q1 update for 2023 together with the YGG core team. That's going to be Gabby, Beryl, Al, Colin, and the rest of the gang. So make sure to be there on Friday. But then next Friday, will be our AMA with Illuvium. And we're going to make sure that we are going to be giving out passes there as well. So another question from Tristam on Discord. So are there any non-Web3 games with the same gameplay? So we've mentioned earlier Aurori project, which is similar, but there are also other games trying to take like Pixelmon to try to take a jab at the same gameplay, at the same style. But we don't think that anything has come close to what Illuvium's building here. I mean, it may be an unpopular opinion for other fans out there, but having the mobile version that they mentioned that is in the roadmap that will be coming out in the future. Also having Illuvium Zero, which is the base builder similar to Clash of Clans, open world, and yeah, I mean having the arena mode as well. Maybe something that we might want to learn more about next week would be the PvP features. So we're going to be diving deeper into that, and we're going to be getting more information for you guys because we definitely would love, to see how the YGG community and other guilds, can come in and team up and work together and, playing Illuvium as it comes out.
Awesome. Yeah, so Dano, just speaking on like games that can compete or even compared to this, like the question mentioned some non-Web3 games as well. Even looking at like the traditional gaming market, the current Pokemon games, like I've seen Pokemon Legends of Arceus, and they're more open world style games, right? They don't even compare to Illuvium. Like obviously we're still in the early stages, but when you look at the level of detail and experience available in the game, yeah, even Pokemon in its current state doesn't contest with Illuvium. Hopefully when we get to its full stage, it'll be in its full glory. We'll see.
Yep, good points. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. So I think it's Epic Games who just released the news that they're going to be adding like a roster of NFT games to their platform. So I mean, one thing to see here in Illuvium is that these games coming out are kind of realizing, right, that the game should be at the forefront, and the technology, the infrastructure is an accessory to the player experience. I mean, having ownership, being able to claim these Illuvials as your own, seeing them in your wallets, like it's an extended feature. And games like Illuvium having AAA graphics, intercompatibility, and just a really solid community around it, so it gives you a lot more there's a lot more potential for the game to blow up and reach a lot of players from all over the globe. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, I think that brings up a really good point there, Sedano. The economy is one thing, and the mechanics behind it are one thing, but people have just been fed up with a lot of these games touting their economy, touting their tokens, and then having no game to, back that up, right? Like that, I think it's been kind of one of the pain points of Web3, and maybe even the death of a lot of early stage games, right? Is they're like, oh, we need to focus on our economy, our tokens, and then they never have any game, or it's really bare bones, and people just get bored, right? And at the end of the day, your economy is only as good as the attention that you can pull, and at the forefront of that is gameplay, right? If it's not fun and people don't want to stay there, well, your economy is just gonna die.
Yep. I mean, it's also interesting to see, right, that the past few game spotlights that we've had. So last week we've had Block Lords, and then now we have Illuvium, and then like probably next week we're probably going to be featuring another game that's already playable. So I mean, compared to last year and last year, all our AMAs are based on the concepts of these games, were like initial trailers, initial features. Like it's only now that we are starting to see how these games are actually going to be played. And I mean, that's where I take pride in being part of YGG, where that I know like the games that we are supporting are going to be fun games. These are games that I myself will be playing, and everyone else in the community, I mean, even in the core team, like these guys are gamers at heart. So rest assured, like it's going to be one hell of a 2023 and 2024 moving into the future of all these other games being released pretty soon, guys.
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of at that breakthrough point here where we're still early, but that's starting to like go into possibly the golden age of Web3 gaming, right? Where we get just AAA games where, again, you don't even know that they're blockchain games. That's secondary. Somebody could come in, play these games, have no idea that there's NFTs or blockchain behind them, enjoy the game, and then realize, hey, all these assets I've spent hours and hours acquiring, I can, if I don't want to play the game anymore, I've had my fun, I'm on to the next one, I can, sell them and be happy. Or even if I love the game, I can actually, instead of just being a streamer and making money off of that, I can sell these assets that I put my hard-earned time into and make a little bit of cash back for my time that I've put in. So that's really exciting. And on that note, I see a few questions here about a competitive side of it. Again, I'm sure Illuvium will be looking at a competitive version of it. They have their auto chess, they have their battling, just like Pokemon. I can only imagine that there will be a competitive side. They have talked and teased about PvP, so I would only imagine that that's something that's gonna be coming out in the future.
I mean, from the original tagline of Illuvium, right? It's Illuvium, join the fight for ETH. So I think like that that quote unquote like win and earn aspect of it is going to be very competitively driven. Just because like it just adds this whole new level of having something at stake, right? Like so you got your players like taking it very seriously, bringing it onto like the competitive stage. And at the same time, having a built-in reward system that also rewards its players in tokens. So it's basically just using the Web3 infrastructure to just buff up and amplify, these games that we used to love. Like talking about, ownership and, like you mentioned Fallen that like what if you don't want to play this game anymore, right? And you can actually turn that time and effort that you had and put value, like turn it into something valuable. Like what if, like just challenging everyone listening out there, like what if remember the old the golden days of playing Pokemon on your Game Boy and maybe hunting or being able to catch the first Mewtwo or being able to catch the first Mew, right? And also being able to actually get that Pokemon out or like trade it to to another version or maybe even to another game, right? Like so we didn't have that. It wasn't possible.
We did that with System Link, but like not without the internet, and like I think this conversation's so interesting. Like Fallen makes so many great points, and then you bring that up there, like this bridge of like the past experience and where we are now. And like we had the ability to test this early on. System Link was fun, but I think games like Illuvium and like mentioning like the golden age of Web3 gaming here, like when the game looks so visually captivating, it's gonna pull gamers in. It's gonna have all these elements that makes you want to grind and pursue and collect, right? And like you guys said, eventually, whether they notice it at first or not, these players will discover the open player economy. They'll realize that the digital items and Illuvials that they're obtaining in the game, they have the opportunity to trade them with other players and do as they see fit. So it's going to be exciting for sure when that key opens up the lock and the players are out here exposed to this market. So it's going to be good.
Yeah, 100% on the golden age meme right there that Fallen dropped on the Discord. Yeah. So for everyone at home, right? So AC, would you do the honors of doing another rundown of the schedule for next week as we wrap up tonight's AMA?
Sure. For our event for daily next week, on Monday, we have our AMA community with Fallen. It will be around 4 p.m. PST. And then on Tuesday, it will be Amazing's LFG group, 9 p.m. SGT. And then Wednesday, I have 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Streaming. And then Thursday, same time, SGT. And then Game Hunters on 10 p.m.
Awesome. And so for everyone at home, right? So we'd like to invite you guys to these community events and community streams that we have on Discord, just because like this is going to be the perfect time for you guys who haven't started yet, or it's your first 30 minutes into the game and you want to learn the ropes in and out. Because I mean, being a game in its very early stage, right? Like there's not many guides, there's not many YouTube videos that you can watch, there's no walkthroughs. But that's what AC and Fallen and the rest of the YGG team is here for, right? So we want to make sure that we get you guys bootstrapped and equipped. So by the time that the game is fully released, like you already have, the one-on-one on how to play the game, and you guys are equipped. And not to mention, having a really solid community side by side playing the game with you guys. So for everyone who made it here tonight for our kickoff AMA for Illuvium, make sure to share the video, follow, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. While you're at it, go for it. Don't be shy. And shout out to everyone who made it here tonight. We have Nocturnal and YG Carrot sharing the live stream on Discord. Shout out to you guys. We also have DJ Nami. We have Anchella, Bibs, Big Boss, Carmila, Fiston, Gohan. What's up, Gohan? It's been a while, man. We have K8. We have Mangdags, Monster Lover, Munchies, Senpu, and we have the Knights again. The Knights are back. So we have Sir Degor, we have Sir Mordred, we have Sir Percival, and Sir Tristram, Spicer, and of course, Sil. So yeah, guys, make sure to check out our events throughout the week. We are going to be posting the schedule right away. And yeah, see you guys in the metaverse. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Let's go.
Keep playing.
Together we play.
Your download is complete.
We've come a long, long way together. Through the hard times and the good.